ladies, it's your girl AyChristene, and today I'm reacting to something that came across on my recommended page on YouTube. This is My Mom Woke Up from a Coma and It's Terrifying. This is by Actually Happened. I'm finding that in the animation community, you know, you've got animators, you've got storytellers, storytime animations, all that stuff. What I'm seeing is budgeting now is a channel that's telling a bunch of different stories from other people and animating those things. So I think we've got Story Booth. This has actually happened. And then the last one we checked out about the girl who had diabetes. I think that channel is like another channel that does those things. That's pretty cool. It's cool to see the difference in the communities that are happening. Like, you've got different communities, and within those communities are different types of content that's coming out. So it's pretty cool. Link for this video is in the description box below for you to check out. Now let's get started.
I need to share my story because I need to know that I am not alone. A year ago, I was a happy girl, and my biggest problem was backtalking at school. I wish I could turn back and tell myself that my life was wonderful. I am only 13 now. My name is Alice, and I am so tired.
Oh, sweetie. I'm so sorry.
It all started one day when I was at school.
Hold on, doesn't she sound like the girl who voiced the story about the girl who had to choose between her mom and her dad and her trifling behind mom, in that divorce story? I think it sounds like the same girl. Let me know if you think it does down below.
My English class, our headmaster came in and asked me out. He looked very worried.
Oh, out of the classroom.
And I got nervous at once.
Not like
when we came to his office, he urged me to sit down and told me that there was a problem in my family. My mom was coming by car to take me from school.
Oh, dear.
And got in a bad car crash.
Oh, my goodness.
Really, really bad, he said.
Dear.
Be strong, Alice, he said. She is alive, but at the hospital. And doctors are evaluating how damaged she is. And now, please remain here until your dad comes to bring you home. I didn't cry because I think I have some kind of nervous shock.
Yeah, that makes sense, though.
He gave me some water. He called the school psychologist, and she tried to talk to me.
Oh, wow.
But I remained silent. I didn't talk even when my dad came after me.
Yeah,
and when he brought me home. I had only one thought. Dear God, if you exist, make my mom live and be healthy. And I will be a good girl forever. Then the news came from the hospital that was shocking. My mom was in a coma, and she had a very serious brain damage.
Oh, no.
All we had to do was to pray that she woke up.
Yes.
It lasted for quite a long time. Several weeks at least.
Dear.
My dad and me, we both were like robots.
Oh,
waking up,
goodness.
having breakfast, doing our things, turning home, watching TV, going back to sleep.
Oh, gosh.
I had only one thought and couldn't concentrate on anything else.
I don't blame you,
I was
darling.
physically feeling that I was getting older, tired of waiting, and felt that if I look into the mirror, I see myself with white hair and first wrinkles. When the news came, I didn't know how to accept it. She finally woke up.
That's good.
That was the good news. But the bad one was that doctors said she suffered grave brain damage. That means she didn't talk or react or recognize anyone.
Oh, no.
They called it a vegetative state. But actually, it is a vegetable state.
Oh, my goodness.
That means the person can only breathe at most. This was pure horror.
Dear.
Believe me. I came to her quite often, was looking at her, and saw a shell of my mom while my actual mom left. I imagined that she had left, but would definitely turn back.
Oh, goodness.
But they told me no one knew how she would react to the treatment.
Okay.
The doctors and nurses and ourselves did anything we could to wake her up. I spent long hours reading stories to her, hoping that she hears me. And finally, one glorious day, I noticed that when I was reading, she was moving her eyes in my direction as if she heard me. That was a miracle.
That's good.
I ran out of the ward yelling happily. The doctor said that was good news.
That's good.
Because that means that some of the damaged brain cells are being restored.
That's good.
And from that moment on, we could start active rehabilitation.
Okay,
They also made some brain scan that confirmed that there are regions in her brain that are reacting. We made a party, me and my dad, to celebrate.
That is awesome.
I swear. Silly as I am, I was sure she would get better in no time now that her brain has woken up. We went to physical rehab, where nurses moved her limbs here and there. She underwent some strange electrotherapies or something like that.
Okay.
And actually, they treated her all day long. She gave a little more reactions, but
That's
she
good.
still didn't talk, didn't recognize us,
Oh, sweetie.
didn't react. And suddenly, all my hope went away.
Oh, no.
I realized that my mom won't turn back.
100%.
I remember the exact very moment when this understanding came.
Okay.
I brought her to a room with a projector and made her watch our family videos. And as I saw us all happy and her healthy in the screen, it was the first time in the whole year when I started sobbing and then cried,
Goodness.
holding her hand.
Oh, dear.
I told you I was tired. Of course, I never lost hope, and I never will. But one part of me knows that she will never be the same anymore. And this
100%
understanding
probably,
tears
yeah.
me apart. I sometimes imagine my mom just went away for a vacation to some beautiful island and is
That's
enjoying
probably
her
how it
life now.
feels.
I just wish I could be there with her.
Oh,
Maybe you know how to overcome this tiredness. Please let me know in the comments.
oh goodness.
It would also be nice if you could subscribe to the channel and share my story so that maybe someone has had a similar experience and could share it with me.
Wow. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Wow, wow, wow. Whoa. So, there's like good and bad in that, right? Like, yeah, good and bad in that. The good thing is pros and cons. That's what I'm trying to say. Pros and cons. Pros, she woke up. Cons, she may, it's not 100% fact, but she may never be the same again. She may never return to who she was before the accident. Pro, she's alive. Con, recovery road for her is gonna be a long recovery road, a very long recovery road. My heart goes out to the little girl and her father for having to deal with something like this, and having that situation where you see that person, they're physically there, but they're mentally not there. Or them being in a coma where they're not present anymore. I'm trying not to cry. It reminds me of like family members that I've seen that were really sick. Or when my grandmother was in a coma and she wasn't responsive at all. She was still alive, but her eyes were closed and she was just non-responsive. And you go there, you talk to them, you just hope that something you say makes them open their eyes or makes them look at you or wake up. So having that joy that she had when she was reading and her mom looked at her, I completely understand why she was so excited, because if that had happened when my grandmother was in a coma, I would have been elated, extremely elated. It would have been something that would have made my heart jump over the moon. But at least I think in time the girl's gonna be okay. The father's gonna be okay. I just pray that the mother will be okay. The daughter and the father, they have grown stronger. The daughter especially, because she's talking about what's going on and everything that's going on in her life. For her, I would just say take it one day at a time. Don't try to put too much on yourself emotionally, mentally. It's not your responsibility to bring your mother back, so don't put that weight on yourself. That doesn't mean don't visit her or anything. Yes, visit her, read to her, do all that stuff. But her treatment is not on you. So don't feel like, because that's what the weight is. The weight is, I'm trying to do these things to help, and she's still at this certain pace. You got to just breathe. Pray and breathe and take it one day at a time. That would be my advice. If you could give advice to her, what would you say? Let me know down below in the comment section. If you like that video, check out the link in the description box below to support Actually Happened. If you like this video, hug the life out of that like button. I love you guys as always. And until next time, buddies. Toodles.